You're standing in a group, someone makes a comment, something sharp aimed right at you, and before you even fully register what they said, before your brain has translated the sentence, your heart is already pounding, your face is already hot, your stomach already dropped. Here's the strange part. The pain arrived before the understanding did. Your body reacted to that insult roughly half a second before your conscious mind even knew what the words meant. That's not an exaggeration. That's measurable. And once you understand why that happens, you'll never experience an insult the same way again. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which part of your brain hijacks you in that moment, why it's almost impossible to stop, and the one trick that actually works against it. Not because it's clever, but because it's biological. Here's what most people get wrong. They think an insult hurts because of what it means, the clever comeback they didn't have, the truth buried inside the jab. But that's not actually what's happening in your brain in that first half second. Your brain has two pathways for processing a threat. One is slow and smart. It runs through your prefrontal cortex, the part of you that reads context, understands sarcasm, remembers that this person is just having a bad day. The other pathway is fast and stupid. It skips the thinking part entirely and goes straight to your amygdala, the small almond-shaped alarm system buried deep in your brain. And here's the problem. The fast pathway wins every single time. It's not even close. The smart pathway takes about half a second longer to load. In brain time, that's an eternity. So your amygdala fires first, floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, and only after that does the rational part of your brain show up to actually understand the sentence. You're not weak for reacting before you think. You're just outrunning your own logic every time. Now here's where it gets interesting. Why would evolution build a system this glitchy? Why would your brain be wired to panic before it understands? Because for most of human history, that half second wasn't a flaw. It was survival. Imagine you're standing in the grass 60,000 years ago and something rustles behind you. You do not have time to calmly analyze whether it's the wind or a predator. The humans who paused to think it through got eaten. The humans who flinched first and asked questions later passed on their genes. Your amygdala doesn't know the difference between a lion in the grass and a coworker rolling their eyes at you in a meeting. To that ancient alarm system, a threat is a threat. Status, safety, and survival all get filed under the same folder. So when someone insults you in front of other people, your brain doesn't just register an awkward social moment. It registers exposure, vulnerability. The tribe might be turning on you. And that is exactly the kind of thing that used to get people cast out and left to die alone. That's the twist nobody tells you. You're not overreacting to a joke about your haircut. You're reacting to 60,000 years of your ancestors learning that being humiliated in front of the group could genuinely get you killed. Think about that the next time your face goes red over a comment in a group chat. Your amygdala doesn't know the difference between getting mocked around a campfire and getting mocked in a comment section. As far as it's concerned, the tribe is watching either way. If this is making you rethink every overreaction you've ever had, stick with me, because the next part is where you actually get your power back. So if the amygdala always wins the race, are you just doomed to react every single time? Not exactly, because here's what the people who never seem to flinch actually understand, even if they've never heard the word amygdala in their life. You cannot stop the alarm from firing, but you can control what happens in the second after. That tiny pause before you respond, that's not you suppressing your emotions. That's your prefrontal cortex catching up, finally arriving to the scene and taking the wheel back from the panic response. The people who seem unshakable when insulted aren't feeling less. Their bodies are reacting exactly like yours. Heart rate up, cortisol spiking, the same ancient alarm going off. The only difference is they've trained themselves to let that first half second pass without acting on it. They give their slow brain just enough time to catch up before their mouth opens. And that's the entire secret behind why staying quiet, staying neutral, refusing to snap back actually works. It's not a social trick. It's a biological one. Every second you delay your reaction is a second you're handing control back to the part of your brain that can actually think. Meanwhile, the part of the other person that was hoping to get a reaction out of you, that gets nothing to work with. So next time someone lands a comment that makes your chest go tight and your face go hot, remember what's actually happening. That's not weakness flooding your body. That's 60,000 years of survival wiring doing exactly what it was built to do. The pain arrives first because it was designed to keep you alive, not because the insult was true. Let the alarm ring, just don't let it drive.